Lesson 154. I am among the ministers of God.
Hi there. How would you like to finally live your life with a sense of divine purpose? Have you ever felt that you have a unique role to play in this world? Isn't it time to uncover it? Let's dive into Lesson 154 today, and see if we can chart the course to a new destiny for ourselves.
I am among the ministers of God.
Today, let's avoid the extremes of arrogance and false humility. We've outgrown such limitations. The task of judging ourselves is not ours to bear, nor is it necessary. These acts would merely be attempts to dodge the decision we need to make, delaying our commitment to our function. Judging ourselves or trying to figure out our worth is not our job. Shall we repeat these concepts? Today, let's not be arrogant, nor falsely humble. It's not our job to judge ourselves or determine our worth. We are not even able to discern the best role for us in the grand scheme of things, in a divine plan we cannot fully perceive.
Our part is cast in heaven, not in hell.
What we perceive as weakness could be our strength, and what we regard as strength may often be arrogance. Our role has been chosen by the voice for God. He understands our strengths and knows where they can be best applied, how, for whom, and when. Yet, He doesn't operate without our consent. But He is not misled about who we are and only listens to God's voice within us. Through His ability to hear one voice, we begin to comprehend that there is only one voice within us. This one voice tells us of our function, providing us with the strength to understand it, do what it requires, and succeed in doing so. In this, God has joined His Son, and thus, we become His messengers of unity with Him. This joining of Father and Son is what distinguishes salvation from the world. The voice for God speaks of laws that the world does not obey. It offers salvation from all sin. Our mind, created sinless, now reawakens to its Creator and to the lasting union within itself. This self is the sole reality where our will and God's will are the same.
A messenger is not the one who writes the message he delivers.
A messenger doesn't question who wrote the message or why they have chosen those who will receive it. Their role is merely to accept the message, deliver it to those it's intended for, and fulfill their purpose in delivering it. If they try to determine what the message should be, what its purpose is, or where it should go, they fail to perform their proper part as bringer of the word. There's one major difference between heaven's messengers and those chosen by the world. The messages they deliver are meant for them first. Only when they have accepted these messages for themselves can they share them with those who were meant to receive them. They didn't write the messages they bear, but they become their first receivers in the truest sense, receiving so they may prepare themselves to give. A messenger of the world fulfills their role by delivering all their messages. But the messengers of God fulfill their role by accepting God's messages for themselves, showing they understand the messages by passing them on. They choose no roles other than those given them by God's authority.
And so they gain by every message that they give away.
So, are we ready to receive the messages of God? By doing so, we become His messengers. We've been chosen for this. We are His messengers, and yet, we delay in giving the messages we've received. And so, we don't realize these messages are ours and fail to recognize them. No one can receive and comprehend that they have received until they give. Only through giving can we accept what we've received. We are messengers of God. So, let's receive His messages. For that is part of our role. God has provided all we need, and we've accepted it. But there's one more step. Our inner self, the recipient of God's messages for us, wants us to receive them too, so we can identify with Him.
For thus do you identify with Him and claim your own.
Today, we'll acknowledge this unity. We won't try to keep our minds apart from Him who speaks for us, as it's our own voice we hear when we listen to Him. God alone can speak to us and for us, joining the receiving and giving of His word, the giving and receiving of His will.
We practice giving Him what He would have, that we may recognize His gifts to us.
He requires our voice, so He can speak through us. He needs our hands to hold His messages, and deliver them to those He appoints. He needs our feet to guide us where He wants us to go, so we can bring relief to those who are suffering. And He needs our will to unite with His own, so we can become the true receivers of the gifts He gives. Let's learn this one lesson today.
We will not recognize what we receive until we give it.
We've heard this many times, said in 100 different ways, yet we still struggle to believe it. But this is sure, until we believe it, we'll receive 1,000 miracles, and then even more, yet we won't acknowledge that God has bestowed upon us everything we require, and has not withheld even the slightest blessing from His Son. What does this mean for us? We won't understand until we identify with Him. Our lesson for today is simple.
I am among the ministers of God, and I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize that I am free.
The world fades away as we light up our minds and realize these holy words are true. They are the message delivered to us today from our Creator. Now, we demonstrate how they have transformed our perception of ourselves and our function. As we prove that we only accept the will that aligns with ours, we begin to notice and accept the multitude of gifts our Creator has sent.
I am among the ministers of God, and I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize that I am free.
I am among the ministers of God, and I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize that I am free.
I am among the ministers of God, and I am grateful that I have the means by which to recognize that I am free.
Isn't it wonderful? How will this divine sense of purpose, as explained in today's lesson, alter your life? Remember to practice your longer meditations first thing in the morning and last thing at night, and to set a moment to remind yourself of today's idea every hour. No matter what our jobs or roles in society are, our true job is to be messengers of God, which means we are messengers of love. This shift in our mindset will dramatically change how we approach our daily activities and interactions. It will empower us to act from a place of love and service, rather than competition or fear. Try not to identify with any identifier today. You're not a doctor, you're not a worker, you're not an artist, you're not your religion, your ethnicity, your nationality, you're not even a man or a woman. Beyond all these veils of illusions, we are all ministers of God, we are all ministers of love. See that beyond all appearances. See that we are all one. That we are all the Son of God. That we are all loved. That we are all love. You're doing wonderfully. See you tomorrow for another insightful lesson. Quick note before you go. Making these videos is a labor of love, but it's still financially challenging. If you've found value in what you've watched, please consider supporting with a donation. Even the humblest contribution means the world and ensures the continuation of these daily lessons. Thank you for your generosity.
Did you enjoy the video and find it helpful? Please give it a like and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. We have a new lesson every day. And if you've been with us for a while, please consider supporting the channel. There's a lot of love behind these videos. Check out the video description for more details.